Hello there, folks. Welcome back to ESA Winter 21. We are raising money for Alzheimer Fund, and links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Koei Tecmo Europe for Noi 2 The Complete Edition, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Before we get started with the next run, we've got a quick donation that came in earlier that we've still got to mention to you. And that was $40 from Hero McDowell, without any comment, but thank you so much, Steve, for your generous donation. Okay, we're now ready for the next run, which is going to be the very, very interesting Blazing Beaks by LoveBot. Please take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm LoveBot. I'll be running Blazing Beaks, set seed any percent. And just as a warning, my cat just woke up from his nap and is crying for food, but it's just 5 minutes, so he'll get food afterwards. So if he's annoying, I'm sorry about that. But we'll just get going. There's a countdown here in the beginning, so you can just start the timer when it goes to 0, and I'll say when. But we'll be playing on Duck, which is the fastest character for speedrunning, and the timer starts now. All right, as a quick explanation, about 10 days, 2 weeks ago or something, we found the theoretic perfect speedrun seed. So very interesting run should come up here if I don't play badly, that is. But it is a roguelike, so if I die, the run is over. So hopefully we don't do that. But we're going, and the main reason why we're playing on Duck is because he has a mechanic where you shoot double. If you shoot if you don't shoot for 1 second, he will shoot double the next time. And that is a little bit abusable, and I'll show you here now. We're already entering the first boss. So instead of timing my shots or holding down the fire button, I can actually just mash. And it will make the double shot go off more frequent than it's supposed to, so we can kill this boss a bit faster. But there's a lot of RNG manipulation going on in the run, and the first is here. I'll pick up the crutches, which is an artifact. And artifacts in this game are negative items. So anything that you pick up from enemies will be a negative stat, and you then turn it into good items from the shop. So right now I cannot shoot and move at the same time. But as soon as we enter the shop, I will get rid of it, and in exchange, I will get some movement speed upgrade. And here we are stealing the best weapon in the game. Another thing that's like perfect for this seed is that we get the best gun in the game, the best ability in the game, and basically the fastest pattern towards the boss. The boss can spawn on screen 4 to 12, and in this run, they only spawn at screen 4, so this is the fastest it can possibly be. And we just found this right before the event, so that's very good. But yeah, as you can tell, it's pretty fast. We're already at stage 2. The gun that I have is super broken. It does 5 damage versus the 1 damage I was doing prior to getting this gun. So we'll be making quick work of all the bosses and the enemies. Just like that, and it's already done. And actually, I messed up a little bit with the RNG manipulation, because you can manipulate enemy patterns by having certain amounts of coins. So I was supposed to have less than 3 coins going into this stage, but it can be a little bit hard to manage because coins kind of drop from bosses onto you and stuff. But it's not a big deal. You lose a few seconds in like world record pace. So I'll get some HP here because I took 1 damage too many. But we get plenty of health drops during the run, so there's plenty of places where I can refill my HP pool. But yeah, we picked up the ability from the second boss that allows us to put up a shield that pushes projectiles back towards the enemies. And everything in this game does like environmental damage. So you can actually use that to your advantage and push bombs back into the enemies. And it also just gives me some protection. That was stage 3 already done. Come into what I personally think is the easiest boss in the game. And after this boss, the speed picks up even more. And the game becomes even faster, because we get an ability here, and we get an ability that makes me immune to damage for 3 seconds, and we get 20% damage up. So now our OP gun is even more OP, and basically our damage is just scaling now with enemies getting more health, I get more damage, and we're still able to one-shot everything. This is dungeon. A little bit of a tricky stage, because as you can tell, I can't really see where anything is, but I played the seed so many times that I know where all enemies are, but they will still move randomly, so they can be in another position than what I'm used to. But the boss coming up here in a few screens is probably the hardest boss in the game outside of the end boss. We'll still make quick work of him, but you'll see why he's a bit tricky. This is a great room. You just obliterate everything so fast. Okay, here we go. Lara. I have to time my shots pretty accurately here and run around him at a specific timing and pop my ability right there. Boom. That's done. He has multiple phases. He will shoot out enemies and do all these things, but because we have this broken gun and ability, we don't have to worry about much. So we're already on the last stage, Rift. This stage has some pretty gnarly enemies in terms of damage, and you can tell some of them take a bit more than one shot to kill. But still not a huge deal because we have, like, the setup that we have on this run is just insane. Like, the luck, like, finding this seed leading up to the event, completely cutting the world record from being a 5:41, I think, down to under 5 minutes. I just managed to get a world record the other day after 4:95, or sorry, 59. Which was super hype, getting the run under 5 minutes already. I've been only running it for a few months, so. But here we go, last screen before the end boss. And I'll be attempting some world record pace strats for the end boss, but if I sense that it doesn't go that well, I'm just gonna revert back to killing him, like, kind of casually. But because I only picked up one artifact throughout this entire run, he has only one rock here. It's based on how many artifacts you pick up, and he will be immune to damage until a certain phase, and he will try to walk towards this rock. So I'm trying to lure him into this corner. This is the grid pattern so far. This is what we like to see. But yeah, I want to lure him into that corner. Okay, that's kind of bad. I probably won't get him in one cycle now, because as you can tell, he walks towards this rock, and I'm only able to shoot him for the amount of time that he's up here. Oh yeah, one shot off, one cycling him. Not a big deal. Just cost me some time, of course. Oh. Try not to mess up and die here. Okay, there we go. That's the phase we're looking for. One shot. And the last shot on the boss. Time. Sorry for not counting down time. We run on in-game time, so I'm not used to, like, running my timer, but that was Blazing Beaks, done in about 5 minutes. Actually, quite a good run. Obviously, the world record pace runs are very different from what I can do in a marathon, just because it's a roguelike, and I have to, in order to get a sub 5 minute run, I have to just completely go nuts. I can't slow down ever. So this went pretty well. And because I'm talking so much, I don't know if there's any donations or messages, because this is a perfect time. We're just waiting for the in-game timer to display. So take it away, Tim.
Okay, of course. We have received some donations. We received a $5 donation from Newbie without any comment. And we also received a $25 donation from SharkDog58. Referring to the previous run, thank you for the awesome Link's Awakening race. Well, thank you very much as well for the awesome Blazing Beaks run. Are we just about there on the time, LoveBot?
Yeah, no, we're just like the... I can skip the credits here and just get the timer at the end. Let's see. Not that it matters much, I'm just curious what the time was. Okay, 1 minute, exactly 1 minute over world record pace, and it still went pretty well, but that just shows how fast you gotta play in order to get a sub 5 minute time. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. This went quite well, and yeah. Thank you for having me. There's plenty of other runs coming up, and if you're interested in Blazing Beaks speedrunning, I have a tutorial out on YouTube. You can find all the information on speedrun.com as well, like the Discord server, yeah, all the information that you would like to get into the run. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. That's all. Peace.
Okay, thank you very much again, LoveBot. That was absolutely fantastic. Stay with us, folks, because coming up next, we have Fury, which is going to be a race between Chocbob and Sombra Cakes. We're going to go to a quick intermission, but the race will be up next, so please stay with us. And remember, keep those donations coming in. They will benefit Alzheimer Fondant. Just keep those donations coming in if you can. Greatly appreciated.